on
How's it going, Keegan?
right now. What's up, Keegan? Alan, good to meet you.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
Keegan Murray joins us here on Sactown Sports 1140. Keegan, thank you so much for joining us, man.
Yeah, of course, man.
So let's start here. Chris and I, because Chris was here last year and I was not. And Chris is saying it's not as loud this year. It's a little bit quieter than it was. And Chris said that last year, that is where the famous, because Keegan, I'm telling you, every time you do something, the shoom, the beam sound thing. So that happened last year. What's going on? Are we going to have something memorable come out of this year's media day? It's too quiet in
here. I see
a
Keegan. Purple wig over there, man.
Yeah,
I don't know
what's going on, man?
I haven't even been over that station, but hopefully that doesn't turn into some crazy meme or something again. So.
How has that been? I mean, Kings fans definitely have had some fun at your expense, just kind of, poking fun. And I think it's been great. But from your side of things, how do you kind of see it?
Well, yeah, I mean, I have people around me that show me stuff all the time. Like I'm not on like Twitter or nothing like that. So I get shown a lot of stuff. I mean, if they're having fun with it and they can have fun with it, I mean, I'm a laid back. I don't really care about much. So yeah, whatever the fan base loves, that's cool with me.
So we just finished talking to Malik Monk, and he was saying how he shaved off 10 strokes, 15 strokes off his game.
10 or 15. Oh, he said 15.
15. Is that? Did you?
First off, can you confirm that?
Yeah, because that's a lot.
That's a lot of strokes in a year. I know y'all are professional athletes, but
well, he's talking. I mean, I played with him last summer, and he was over 100 like most of the time. So 10 strokes off of 100 is pretty.
Sure.
It is what it is. But I mean, he's gotten a lot better for sure.
How often do you play? Because I try to play with Chris, my co-host. Yeah. Sometimes he'll respond to my text. Sometimes he won't. Keegan, how often do you play with Malik?
Malik, I play with him probably 8-10 times this summer.
Okay.
So I was out with him a little bit. But yeah, he's definitely got a lot better. Like he was almost unplayable with
the marshals on your tail
early last summer, but now he's actually he's pretty good. So
yeah, I'm curious too, just before we get into some King stuff, but being a part of Iowa basketball, obviously Caitlin kind of went to another level, if that's possible, this year, and she just kind of wrapped up her season. What is your guys' relationship like? I know you guys obviously kind of crossed paths at Iowa, but what has it been like to kind of see her star grow, and how much are you in contact today?
Yeah, we've been good friends. I mean, we both came into Iowa as freshmen, so we kind of had that relationship going forward. And now she's dating one of my best friends,
that's right,
Connor McCaffrey. So I'm always in touch with Connor, and she's obviously doing her thing, and has been really good this year. And it's just been cool to see her grow as a freshman at Iowa to what she is now.
Yeah.
It's kind of you see like the early stardom, but you never think it's going to get this big.
Right. I mean, I can't imagine you would ever think it would get as big as it's gotten now.
Yeah. So it's really cool.
Talking to Keegan Murray of your Sacramento Kings. Keegan, from the outside looking in, it seemed like you were asked to do a lot last season, right? From defending to expanding your game offensively. What did you feel like you accomplished last season as far as the things you were asked to grow in? What do you feel like, hey, I really do feel like going into this season, last season, I grew in this way? Was it the defending? Was it the offensive repertoire? What do you think that was?
Yeah, the biggest thing going into last year was just being able to guard the best guy on the other team. Being able, because my rookie year, I was really frustrated defensively because I just couldn't figure it out. But then last year, something clicked, and I feel like just having that learning curve helped me a lot because this team really hasn't had that kind of guy. So that's been my biggest thing. And then just obviously offensively, just finding my spots and just growing.
Would you say you have a favorite spot on the floor to shoot from?
Not really. I just shoot. And whatever happens, happens.
All good. Yeah. And then also, I mean, you guys, we were talking with Mike earlier about you and DeMar maybe being interchangeable at the 4. Have you been talked to much this year? I know in college, a big part of your game was kind of playing in the post. Have they had any conversations with you about maybe bringing some of that back? Or is it just kind of a, when you're out there, if it feels right, you're going to go for it?
Yeah, a little bit. It's something this summer that I've kind of went back to work on because at Iowa, that's pretty much all I played out of was in the post. So I'm just trying to find that rhythm again this summer and being able to use it when I can this year. I think will just only help me grow and not only just rely on 3-point shots.
Right. Talking to Keegan Murray. Keegan, last season we heard a lot about when we talked about your defensive improvement. Heard a lot about you working with De'Aaron Fox. We know De'Aaron Fox, he had a beautiful baby girl this season.
Yeah.
Were you able to work out with De'Aaron like you did last offseason? Is there anybody on the team that you worked with? Who did you work with this offseason?
Yeah, I mean, I've traveled a lot more this year. At one point I was up in Chicago with Herb Jones, and then I was with Fox. I went out to Houston because he was out there most of the summer. So I went out to Houston for a little bit, went with him. Then I've been working out with Malik probably the past month. So I've gotten out of Sacramento a lot more than I had before. So
you had the USA Select and things like that.
The USA thing. Yeah. I was in Iowa for a little bit. Chicago. Yeah. So I was out.
So you're going back and forth, right? When you have these one-on-ones. Now, obviously, you're in the NBA. Everybody's got a large repertoire, but when you're facing De'Aaron Fox or even Malik Monk at this point, you kind of know. Do you know what they like to do? Like when you're watching them play and they get to one spot, and do you think to yourself, "Oh, I know what he's about to do here. I could stop him, but the defender has no clue what he's going to do."
Yeah. I mean, they're both. I mean, there's a reason why they're both great offensive players because you can't really guess. If you haven't played them as much as I have, but with those guys, I definitely know like what their tricks are and stuff like that. Fox knows a lot of my tricks, so yeah.
How much this season too are you just excited to play with DeMar? I don't know how much you've heard, but he's definitely somebody who seems to take a lot of young players under your wing. I guess you're kind of starting to be a vet here. You're in year 3. I don't know if you can really still. I know for this team you're probably a younger guy, but what have you kind of heard from guys around the league about what DeMar can bring?
Yeah, I mean, obviously I heard he's a good guy, just off the court, and obviously on the court he's gonna help us a lot, late in games and just kind of getting the rhythm of the game back. So I feel like overall he's going to be a huge help for us. So I'm just excited to kind of pick his brain, just figure it out.
Sure.
Keegan Murray, great stuff. Before we get you out of here, there was a situation that happened before we came back with you and Mike Brown. People can check social media to see what happened there when you were taking your picture. So people will find that. But I wanted to ask Keegan, with that being said, it was a very funny moment. From the coaches that you've had from high school to Iowa to now, would you call your relationship with Coach Mike Brown one of the most unique relationships you've had with a coach? From the outside, it looks pretty unique to us.
Yeah, I'd probably say just because off the court, I feel like he's kind of took me under his wing, and it's all like non-basketball off the court, stuff like that. And then once we're on the court, he's probably my toughest critic. So it's been cool just to kind of have that relationship the last 2 years, going into the third year. So, and he's been great for the community of Sacramento for sure.
Keegan Murray, thank you so much, man. Thanks for taking the time. We will look forward to watching you this season. It's going to be a good season. Good luck to you, man. And we'll talk to you soon.
I appreciate y'all.
That was Keegan Murray of your Sacramento Kings. Great stuff from Keegan there, Chris.